I will be making something called the sun pakoras. In our area, some people call it the sun pakoda, but generally it's referred to as the onion pakodas. I would be needing two medium size onions, this size. I have taken two medium size onions and chopped it very finely. Look, it's chopped very well. The better you chop, the better the results. Along with that, I have taken around 8 to 9 medium size green chilies, chopped that also very finely. What I will do right now is I will mix the onions and the chilies in a bowl. You can also use your hand if you're interested. Doesn't make any difference. The results matter, not the means. Though of course hygiene matters. Doesn't mean that your hand isn't hygienic. I'll pour some salt to taste. Pour some salt to taste. If you can see, I'll mix this. Here, if you see, I have mixed this quite well. The trick is, after mixing it, try to get the smell. It should be smelling a little bit of green chilies, onions, and if possible, if you can identify the smell of, salt. I know it's difficult, but then maybe I think seasoned cooks can identify that. But if you can see, I can definitely smell the green chilies. That's a time that you know that it's very well mixed and the green chilies are enough. Next, I will take some curry leaves here, curry leaves and coriander and okay, I have also taken some dill. Down in our parts we call it swinky bhaji. Bhaji is of course the leaves, and I don't know, we used to it from a childhood. People call it swinky bhaji. I have taken that for some taste. What I would be doing now is I will be taking all the three, putting it on the chopping table. Okay, right. The quantity of this three, it depends. The more you mix, right? I have mixed all the three together. Now the quantity I was telling you about, you can vary the quantity. You can have a lot of coriander leaves, which is good, but make sure the curry leaves are not too many because it will give a sour taste. And also the dill, that's the swingy bhaji. It depends on your taste. It gives a very good flavor to this onion pakoras if you use this in the exact quantity. So you can see the quantity that I'm using here, and I've showed you before. So I will chop this into small pieces. I will chop it very finely. I could have chopped this separately and mixed it, but then what the hell? I'll have to use it in the same place. Even if I chop it separately or together, it's still the same. Alright, you can chop it further if you want to. Okay, here it goes. Maybe. Done. Okay, I'm going to empty this finely chopped greens. What do I call it? A greens mixture. Fine. I think that's a good word. Greens mixture. And folks, Okay, I'm gonna get this chopping table out of the way. Chopping board or table, whatever you call it. Let's mix this. Do you see that? Now you get the raw smell of this dill, onions, the green chilies smell has moved out, but yeah. See that? It's finely mixed. We see the quantity. What's next? Next, I'm going to take some gram flour. What do we call that in our place? Besan ka atta. Some people call it, I think, chana ka atta. Now, I'm not going to exactly, I don't know the exact quantity. So, I have, taken some and I'll mix it along with this. You see? Let me put some more. Maybe 150 grams would be more than enough. Or I think that will be a bit too much. It depends. Look, if you want to make the onion pakoda a bit harder, try to mix. I have finished mixing the gram flour and the green mixture and the onions and all this, if you can see. Next, I would be mixing red chilies for flavor and also some taste. Since it's a cold season, I'm going to mix a bit more. Gives a good taste, Maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon would be more than enough. I'm going to keep this back. Okay, here you go. Next thing, I would be using some water. If you have seen, I have never used any water till now. Okay, here's the trick. I'm going to use some water. I'm not going to put all at once. I'm going to mix it. I'm going to pour some. Mix it first. Now, this is the time where you'll get to know whether the gram flour that you have used is enough. In my personal feeling at this time is the gram flour that I have used is not much. So I'm going to use some more. Right? Here you go. Right? Okay. Another trick. You can use a lot of water, or you can use little water. Now if you use a lot of water, the pakodas will be a bit thinner and softer. But if you use minimum water, it will be harder and more crispier. Another thing which you can use if you want to is the caustic soda or the baking soda. People have different names, I guess, for it. I don't know, I'll just call it soda. Now this has to be just a small correction. The soda is actually called the bicarbonate of soda, and once you mix the soda, beat this mixture before you mix the soda, and once you mix the soda, don't beat it, just mix it, don't beat the mixture. And try to use minimum quantity of the soda, because it spoils some people's stomach. If you add less than a pinch of soda is good enough for it. That's it, folks. The mixture is ready. I have made very less because ours is a small family. And now I'm going to fry it. If you see in the frying, I have taken a kadai or frying pan or whatever, added some oil, heating it up. Just want to test if the oil is ready. Nah, the oil is still not ready. Let it be hot. Let the oil be hot. Alright, I guess the oil is hot enough. Now I'll reduce the flame a bit so that it cooks evenly. It cooks slowly but surely. If I keep the flame high, It'll cook immediately, and the inner part, it doesn't cook at all. Here you go. The first onion pakoda ready to be fried. Oops. I guess the oil is still not very hot. But it's okay. How many pakodas you fry at one time depends on the size of your vessel. Of course, that's needless to say. There you go. One more. Alright, done. Let's see. All right. I am definitely an amateur, but I like to cook sometimes. Maybe these things, of course, I often try to ensure that the things which I make are easy, and even if you haven't cooked it properly, it comes out nice, so that people don't complain. Okay, on one side it was cooked, so I turned that. The other side, there the pakodas are done, nice and crispy, removed out. You can eat it with ketchup if you want to. And for those people who don't like ketchup, you can make some pudina chutney. Here you see the pakodas, they are ready and done. Make sure that you have a good hot cup of tea along with this to wash it down. That's the best recipe for a cold evening.